Welcome back everybody, I hope you're having a beautiful day today. In today's adventure of an episode, we're going to be reading some concerning Reddit stories and it's going to be so fun. And I hope you're excited, I'm definitely excited. If you enjoy, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe if you want to. And let's get into it. Enjoy guys. Am I the a-hole for feeling angry at my brother-in-law's girlfriend for wearing my husband's t-shirt? I'm pregnant, 24 weeks. My husband and I were visiting his folks in their city the past week. It was fraught with problems. They're challenging people. My brother-in-law, 28 male, has been dating this woman, S, 30 female, for 3 years. At my wedding 1.5 years ago, she spent all of her time with me telling me how lucky I am to have bagged him. I said, he's certainly wonderful, but then I laughed and joked that he was the lucky one. Anyway, brother-in-law and husband don't talk much, so we haven't had any conversations with S ever since. When we visited last week, S and us ended up living at mother-in-law's place. It's a small space, so things were tight. I was on alert for any weird behavior. Well, apart from her babying him around. Nothing inappropriate or sexually charged happened. We returned the day before yesterday. She video calls me today. I was outside and I couldn't attend it. Anyway, I find abrupt video calls feel really invasive. When I called her back on a regular audio call, she cut it. She video called me again and with the biggest smile on her face, yells, "Guess what I'm wearing?" I stared stupidly at the screen and realized that she was wearing my husband's t-shirt. This t-shirt means a lot to us. We met over a dating app and it's a striking t-shirt and he was wearing it in his profile picture. I remembered sharing this story with my in-laws once, but I can't recollect if S was there and heard it. Anyway, I'm so freaking annoyed. Her boyfriend has a million clothes at his mum's place. Why couldn't S just wear one of those? I find it so weird that she insisted on video calling me while wearing my husband's clothes. So, am I the a-hole? How could you be the a-hole, OP? You haven't done anything. As in, like, are you the a-hole because you felt angry about this? It didn't even say that you said anything. No, you're not the a-hole, OP, and yeah, you're allowed to be upset about this. That's super weird. Why would she do that? Oh, guess what I'm wearing? Your husband's t-shirt. Yeah, but why? Like, why did that even happen? And why did she feel like she should do that? And what is she trying to achieve? Is she trying to piss you off? Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole. That's definitely weird behavior from S. It's understandable why you're annoyed. She seems to be trying to mark her territory and it's disrespectful to you and your relationship with your husband. The comment under that says it's even weirder and more sus that she insisted on calling OP about it and not just a regular phone call or FaceTime so she can see her wearing the crap. Why? What's her motive? Yeah, like is she trying to get a rise out of you, OP? The comment under that one says tell your husband this is weird as, like she wants him, not the a-hole. OP said I told him and he's extremely put off by it. He wants to throw away the shirt now. He appears to be more concerned about my mental well-being and doesn't want me to be stressed this late into the pregnancy. Yeah, the comment under that too, he sounds like a good person. Honestly, you should just message her and tell her your husband says she can throw the shirt away as he doesn't want it anymore. S is wanting attention and going out of her way to get a reaction. OP said he really is the best. I like your suggestion. I think this is something we can do without kicking up a big unresolvable controversy. Yeah, like do they just want attention? No, that's super odd, OP, and you're definitely not the a-hole for being upset about it. Yeah, and also this comment, baby, the way I would have been cussing her out. Not the a-hole. Yeah, completely. You're not in the wrong, OP. Even if you did say something OP, you still wouldn't be the a-hole. And also, like, yeah, obviously don't try and get attention like this, but also don't touch everybody else's stuff. This comment says, yeah, you're wrong because you're giving her too much credit. She said they're trying to annoy you or thinks that you're closer than you realize. Either way, wasting any time being angry with it is futile. Just nonchalantly say thank you for finding the shirt, please mail it back, and then I'll send you the money. In other words, you being upset with her gives her the power that she's looking for. Don't react anymore. The game will no longer be fun for her. And OP said, done, doing a version of this. Yeah, it really does sound like she just wants attention, OP. But yeah, that's definitely frustrating. The next one's called, am I the a-hole for telling my sister I'm not having her baby? I, 22 female, didn't know I would be getting a call from my sister asking something I never thought about, but today she did. My sister, 29 female, asked if I could have her baby, so basically a surrogate. I was shocked because I don't know why I was being asked. My sister says that she's been trying to have a baby after many failed pregnancies. She was pregnant before, but the baby was a stillborn. It's understandable, but her husband really wants a child, and that's why they try so much. Her husband came up with the idea for me to be the surrogate, and she agreed to it, which was weird why he would request me to do it. Edit, not the natural, but IVF was decided on. I always said I didn't want kids because they're too much and need a lot of attention, and I don't want to ruin my body, so I'm child-free. I felt weird about the suggestion because it came out of nowhere. I'm in medical school, so what am I doing pregnant? I especially didn't want to do it because her husband always made me feel weird, and you know, she never corrected it. When I was 16, he said that my body looked good for my age. Oh god. Hearing that was weird. I did tell her, but she never believed me, so I let it go, but I made sure to stay far from him. These are the reasons why I don't want to do it. I asked my sister why not get in contact with an agency to find a surrogate, but her answer was that she wanted me to do it because it wouldn't cost much, but her husband said that he would pay me. She was mad at me and still is because she's been trying to have kids. She was crying. I told her no, and that should have been final. I don't want to be forced into something I don't like. That's how I feel with my sister. Yeah, okay, so I'm not gonna ignore that comment that they said. When I was 16, he said my body looked good for my age. Let's not forget about that, okay? That bit's revolting. Yeah, like this comment says, let me guess, brother-in-law would want it to be conceived the natural way, not the a-hole. Yeah, also the comment above that one too. Not the a-hole. You would not be an appropriate surrogate because you haven't been pregnant and delivered any living children. Even if you'd had 15 kids, she still isn't entitled to rent your womb, and her creepy husband makes me want to throw up in my mouth. What if they want traditional insemination? And OP said, yuck, now that you mention that, I feel like throwing up. Good thing I said no. All my sister can do is find a surrogate. Yeah, and also, what did you say, OP, that they agreed to it without even asking you? Of course you're not the a-hole. The top comment says you can't be a surrogate unless you've already had children and they survived past birth, so tell them to kick rocks. Yeah, and also, if you could be the surrogate, you don't want to, so that's the end of it. Yeah, and this comment too, her husband's a predator. Definitely do not get pregnant with this man's child. Yeah, it sounds like it was bloody his idea. And yeah, like that other comment said, I bet he wants to do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, this comment too, your brother-in-law just wants to bang you because the natural way is best. Dude is a total creep. This is a hard no. Just block and ignore and concentrate on your studies. 1,000,000%. This is a really icky situation, OP. And yeah, of course you're not the a-hole. Don't ever do this. And also, like the top comment said, you probably can't do it anyway. Ew, that one was nasty. The next one's called, am I the a-hole for telling my sister she doesn't have a family? She has a circus. The other day, my sister, 36 female, was complaining to me that her family is chaos and she doesn't understand why everybody can't get along and why they never have a truly good moment while everybody's together. I listened to her for around 20 minutes and she told me that I was being quiet. My response was that she clearly needed to vent and I didn't want to interject. That was mainly true, but I also think my sister is a little insane for thinking she'd get to have a nice, neat little family, given the craziness in her family. For context, my sister had her first child at 18. My nephew Shane, 18 male. She dated Shane's dad for a while and found out when Shane was 1 that her boyfriend had another girl pregnant, and so they broke up. My sister and the other mother both got arrested for fighting, and she swore that she would never let that woman or her child near Shane. She got married at 21 and had 2 more kids, Katie, 15 female, and Rye, 13 male. She filed for divorce right after Rye was born, and her ex-husband is nowhere in sight since. A year later, she met another man who had a baby with somebody. My niece Lily, 12 female, is not my sister's biological child, but she raises her as her own, though unofficially since she's not adopted. Katie got married again and had Milo, 9 male, with that husband and got pregnant with Sage, 7 female, while married, but her ex-husband is not the father. Her youngest biological so far is Niall, 5 male, and his father's not in the picture either. My sister's married again. Her husband has 2 kids from his first marriage and 2 kids from his second marriage. He also has a child in his life who's not his biological kid, doesn't get along with his biological kids, but he treats this child like his own. The household has many complicated relationships and divided loyalties. There are complications with some of the other parents involved and other children involved. It's too long and complicated to get involved in, but even among my sister's children, they're not all cohesive close siblings, and some resentment does exist for one reason or another. Anyway, Lily was venting to me. She said nobody she knows has a family so incapable of getting together as hers. She asked me why I thought that was, and I said very blended families are more complex. She told me there are people with bigger blended families than hers. I told her bigger doesn't always mean having as many others involved as hers. Then she said again, they're all a family though, and they act like they don't want to be, and that's when I said probably because it's more of a circus than a family. My sister told me that was really unkind and untrue, that they are a family, even if others can't see it. She told me that she expects an apology from me before we can speak again. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole, OP, and what do you mean she thinks it's untrue? It is a circus. Yeah, the top comment, not the a-hole. Dear God, I had less trouble following the genealogy of Elden Ring characters than your sister's lineage. I'm giving you the not the a-hole verdict because although your comment could be understood as rude, her life is obviously about perpetuating same mistakes and having same outcome at the cost of kids' happiness in the end. I know somebody who did that to his kids and their kids can't get along because they made a circus out of their lives. The comment under that says, not the a-hole, you mean to tell me that a revolving door of baby daddies doesn't make for a stable family dynamic? I think she needs a different hobby. Yeah, I kinda clocked out when I was reading that too because I couldn't keep up with it either. Yeah, OP, it is kind of a circus, and also that's not that rude. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean you were being super rude and hurtful. To anybody looking at the situation, it's definitely a bit of a circus. This comment says, sign, not the a-hole, but just apologize and move along. There's no winning in any situation. You might as well still stay on good terms with your sister. Honestly, I don't feel like you lose anything over a fake sorry. Your sister seems like she lost everything and might have a few more losses down the road. Just depressing, really. Yeah, probably apologize anyway, OP. Like, yeah, you obviously care about them and you want them in your life. But yeah, I don't think it was that rude. You're kind of stating the obvious. Like, oh, haha, sounds like a bit of a circus. Like, it does. Ask anybody and they'll say that. That's not really that rude or upsetting, is it? I don't know, maybe that is super rude, but it doesn't really seem that bad. Yeah, like maybe you didn't need to say it, but also at the same time, maybe she needed to hear it, you know? Ultimately, you don't sound like an a-hole, OP. You're obviously not trying to be mean, but you probably apologize and probably have a chat to her about it anyway. But yeah, I still don't feel like you're the a-hole, OP. The next one is called, am I the a-hole for telling my mum that being surrounded by her husband's huge-ass family for 2 weeks sounds like hell? My mum and Harry have been married for 3 years. They have 2 under 2 together, and then there's me, 17 male, who isn't Harry's kid. Harry comes from a huge family. His parents are still alive. He has 5 siblings. They have something like 16 kids between them, and then spouses, and all of them are coming to stay at our house for 2 weeks starting Saturday. Oh my god, how big is your house? I found this out Sunday night. Harry said some of his relatives are bringing tents and other are bringing camp beds so they can all fit. Oh, okay, that makes sense. But they'll be here for 2 whole weeks, and a bunch of them are also going to be sleeping inside. Oh yeah, you're not the a-hole, OP. That does sound like hell. Harry is so excited, and my mum is all hyped up for it too. She isn't close to her family, so she's looking forward to having family around. I personally can't wait for them to be gone. I hardly know any of them, and even though they are technically family by marriage now, I don't know that I'll ever consider them my family. My mum pulled me aside yesterday and told me that I'm not acting excited, and she can't understand why because she thought that I would have wanted to get to know my extended family. I told her that's a lot of people I don't know or care about coming to stay, and it's not going to be comfortable. I said a day would be a lot. 2 whole weeks sounds like hell to be stuck with Harry's huge-ass family. My mum started whisper scolding me saying that they're our family too, and how she expected me to be more eager to have them here. I told her that I'd prefer to stay with a friend for the 2 weeks. I said they'd even have an extra room to use for everybody. My mum said that that was such a negative attitude to have. She told me I'll finally have grandparents, aunts and uncles, some cousins even. Don't I want that? I told her I'd much rather be comfortable in my friend's home. Then last night mum told me the way I talked about our family wasn't okay, and that if I really want to go to my friend's house and if his parents are cool with it, I could, but she will be disappointed and she will still expect me to change my attitude. I was like, thank you, but mum told me the way that I describe being around Harry's family as hell is not okay. Am I the a-hole? Yeah, I don't really know why you'd be excited about that. No, I don't feel like you're the a-hole, OP. The top comment says, not the a-hole. It sounds like your mum just wants to play happy families. Personally sounds like my idea of hell too. And also, yeah, 2 weeks is a long time. That sounds so exhausting. Yeah, also this comment, not the a-hole. It's totally inappropriate for anybody to tell you what you should think or feel. It'd be one thing if your mum said, I understand that's how you feel, and I can see how this situation could be frustrating for you, but I'm asking you to give it a try for the sake of our family. That would be reasonable and respectful of her, but that's not what she did. Her attitude suggests that your needs will be ignored during the 2 weeks, that this massive family is going to be in your home. So no, you're not an a-hole for wanting to go stay with a friend. Yeah, I was thinking that too. You can't force somebody to be excited about something like this. It's not really that exciting for some people. This comment says, I can see and understand both sides of this. No a-holes. 2 weeks is a long time for any house guest. OP, keep that in mind when you stay with a friend. Your mum wants to have more family and sees this as a good opportunity for her and for you. Having more people care about you is a good thing. Perhaps you can split the difference and give Harry's family a chance. Maybe stay for a few days and then leave for a few and then come back. Get involved in some of the activities and try to have fun. OP said, my mum would be disappointed in me leaving at all. She wants me to stay and embrace them for the 2 whole weeks. So I think staying with my friend or going between a 2 or 3 of them, where there would be far less people and I know everybody, would be preferred. Joining in with my mum and Harry's family during the day would be fine, though not everything because they have a lot planned. And also what, they're all taking 2 weeks off or something? And also this comment too, that's a lot of people for one house. I don't know how many bathrooms you have, but it's not enough. Yeah, how's it even gonna work? And also this comment, I mean, it does sound like hell. There's only 5 people in my family and it already feels suffocating sometimes. Your mum's not being understanding here. Integrating into a new family is something that happens slowly and organically. It can't be forced, especially not on a teenager in such an extreme way. Yeah, completely. Yeah, I feel like your mum's going about this the wrong way, OP. Definitely not being understanding enough. And also trying to force you to enjoy it too isn't gonna work. Also this comment too, I think your mum will crash in 3 days. 2 weeks would wreck me. She wants you to think of strange strangers as family. Had she said for you to meet them and try to be friendly, okay, but you're supposed to automatically be family? No thanks. Yeah, it sounds absolutely exhausting. OP left this comment, we have one bathroom. They plan to have a schedule in place for it. Oh god, that's terrible. Your toilet's gonna break, OP. And also, I want to reiterate that these aren't just going to be adults in the family. There's Harry's 5 siblings, and they have 16 kids that are coming. Nobody wants 16 kids in their house. Of course you're not excited, OP. OP also left this comment, my plan was to go and say hi and see people during the day, just not all day, and not for everything or to spend the 2 weeks with them the whole way. Yeah, and that sounds completely reasonable, OP. Like, what's wrong with that? And why would your mum be disappointed in that? That's good. You're gonna see everybody, you're gonna meet everybody. You just won't live there for the whole 2 weeks. That seems reasonable. No, I don't feel like you're the a-hole, OP. Pretty sure anybody would feel the same in your situation. The next one's on the Entitled People subreddit. The roommate who gave me a curfew and wouldn't let me cough. They're no longer my roommates. Me and this roommate, we chose to be roommates because we thought that we'd get along. But she started getting all entitled and weird when she realized that we had different schedules. A bit of backstory about us both. I'm from a middle-class suburb, lower middle class even, and was the opposite of spoiled. She came from a rich town where she had a 3-story home and was never told no. We had different backgrounds clearly. I was at school on a scholarship from the state and she chose the school because the city has way more diversity than she's used to and she wanted to experience the culture of New York. We shared a bedroom because it was a dorm. She played on a sports team so she had to be up early. I didn't, so I'd stay in my other friend's room until midnight usually. I'd usually come back to the dorm, not even turn the lights on and crawl into bed. Sometimes I'd go into our kitchen and chill in there if I didn't want to go to sleep yet, but it's a separate room. She, on the other hand, would wake up at 4 in the morning, turn every light on, blast music to get her pumped up for practice, and FaceTime her teammates. One day I was about to go out to see my friends at like 8 p.m. and she was already in bed. She asked me to shut the lights off and to hurry up as if it were midnight. I said I'll be out in a few and she was annoyed. Before I left, she told me that I must be home by 10:30. I said I'll be back at midnight. And she said, no, I have practice. You don't have to go out. And you're loud when you open the door. I just left because what the hell? I talked to her the next morning telling her how loud she is. She didn't stop. I said, I'll come back home early when you stop going to soccer because why should I not have a life because she needs to be in bed by 8? Another night I had a serious cough. I got bronchitis at the end of the semester. One night I was trying to sleep but I kept on coughing and after a while she snapped up out of bed, looked at me and went, if you're gonna do that, how about you just go in the kitchen? So obviously I said no. She also once told me to stop getting sick because it scares her and makes her anxiety worse. What? There was another time when she got mad at me because the shower was cold. The conversation went something like, did you take a shower? I said, no, I showered last night. Well, you must have because it's cold and you did something to it. Me, I just said that I didn't shower. Turns out the whole dorm shower was broken. No apologies. Another time I went home for the weekend and she called me to tell her friend that she was going to sleep over in my bed. I said no. Why the hell was my bed messed up when I got back? Another time she told me the night before my final that her friend's sleeping over in her room. She didn't ask me, she told. I said I had a final. Her response was that she already told her friend that they can fly in from out of state months ago. They were loud. My other favorite was when she got mad that I wouldn't go home on my birthday weekend. She wanted her boyfriend to sleep over. It was my birthday. I wanted to hang out with my friends. She told me just go home and hang with my family. No. And my favorite also was when I went home for winter break and she stayed. She asked, did you come back at all during break? Me, I've been home for 3 weeks. Her, well, my sweater went missing along with other stuff and I don't want to accuse you, but I think I saw you posting something similar. Me, I've been an hour away at home for almost a month. Her, are you sure you didn't take it? Me, did you leave your laundry in the wash and forget to take it upstairs? Her, no response until I came back. The best part of the story is that she's 5'2" and I'm 5'9" and completely different sizes. Wow. So entitled. They're so entitled that it's hilarious. I'm so happy that you're not roommates anymore, OP. But also, at least you've got a lot of fun stories to tell. The top comment says, I'm glad you aren't roommates anymore. And OP said, yeah, I celebrated the day that she moved out. I'm not kidding. My friend bought me a little ice cream cake. Yeah, fair enough too, OP. Yeah, like you said, OP, obviously never been told no. Yeah, this comment, I pity her future spouse. Definitely. Okay, the next one is called, am I the a-hole for wearing a 2-piece to my kids' swimming lessons? I, 27 female, am a mother to quadruplets aged 2. This is their first year taking swimming lessons, and at their age, the lessons require one-on-one with the child and adult, as well as an instructor to teach. So me, my husband, and 2 of my husband's friends came along. Unfortunately, all 4 of the kids got booked for the same time. They started the lessons on Monday and ended today, Friday. At the lessons, all the other kids had their mothers and female guardians with them, and all of them wore shorts or shirt swimsuits. My husband and his friends had trunks mugs with no shirt, and I wore a two-piece. Nothing bad, everything was well covered, but obviously my stomach and my back showed. I didn't think it was a big deal, but I didn't even notice what everybody wore until probably Wednesday. It was fine because everybody, including me, was modest. However, they finished their lessons today. When everybody was getting changed to leave, a few mothers came up to me. They said that they didn't want to mention it earlier to make classes awkward, but they and a few other mothers were uncomfortable with how I was wearing a two-piece to the lessons all week. They suggested that if I do another class with my kids here, I cover up my stomach because nobody wants to see it because of the stretch marks from my pregnancy. Oh, the a-holes! Oh my god! Which is a lot more than average because I had quadruplets. I asked if they had an issue with how my husband and his friends didn't wear a shirt at all, and they said they didn't care because they didn't have the baby belly like I did. Now I'm back at home and I can't decide if they were being rude or just were honest. No, they were being super rude, OP. They made sure to tell me it wasn't about the modesty, it was just my stomach. I never thought about it, so maybe it's my fault for being careless and not thinking for everybody else. My husband says I was fine, but all the mothers there apparently didn't think so. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not the a-hole, OP. They are. Edit, I did not expect this to blow up so much. I'm so thankful to all the kind comments. I've spent 20 minutes reading and upvoting, and there's just so many. This has made me feel much better about the situation. Fortunately or unfortunately, this isn't our usual pool and we're done lessons until next year, so I won't have the chance to say anything you suggested to those people. Yeah, like this comment said, I swear mothers are mother's worst enemy sometimes. Not the a-hole. You've had 4 babies. Damn, good luck moving forward, OP. That has to be scary at times. Your body is the way it is because it carried them, and I'm glad that shame didn't occur to you, or at least not prior to these women feeling entitled to telling you to hide. There's no reason to cover stretch marks. They're not inappropriate at all, but particularly not when they tell a story of epic motherhood. Keep wearing whatever you want. Let these women desperately try to airbrush their own bodies IRL if that's what makes them comfortable, but they're not entitled to try to extend their own issues onto you. Yeah, 1,000,000%, and that's what they're doing. That's so a-holey of them to say that. And this one too, you're so much not the a-hole. You have stretch marks because you birthed actual humans out of your body. It's completely natural and appropriate. Those other mothers can get over themselves. There's nothing for you to feel guilty about. Yeah, and trying to make OP feel guilty. Ew. Yeah, you're so not in the wrong, OP. And that's enough for today. That was such a fun episode, and I hope you guys had a fun time today. I've got a cute wholesome meme to show you before I go. I just did 700 days on Duolingo, and I decided to buy a cake and candles to celebrate. I love people who romanticize the crap out of every little win in their life. I want to be those people. Yeah, how awesome is that? And also, you can be like that, OP. But yeah, that's so sick though. I just did 700 days on Duolingo. I bought a cake to celebrate. Yeah, and so you should too. Life really is about the little things, and hell yeah, you should celebrate them. Okay, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time today. And if you did, make sure you let me know down below in the comments, and also like and subscribe. And the comment of the day today, goes to none your business. I love how invested we've all become in the happiness and well-being of Vincey's virtual animals. Yeah, same here. I really appreciate it too. They're not just my virtual animals anymore. They're our virtual animals on the channel. I'll make sure in the next episode I've got some more cute animals in the background. And yeah, thank you for the support. It means so much to me, everybody. And I'll see you in the next episode. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every single day. Bye!